Just pressing record on Zoom. We're ready to go. And Jenni Walke from Elephant in the Room Consulting. How exciting!
Hello. I'm so excited.
I just need to let everybody know that's watching us on the Facebook Live and later on in the recording that Jenni and I have already been whopping for 20 minutes before we even press record, because we've always got a lot to chat with, to catch up on, and we love a chat, don't we, Jenni?
We do love a chat.
Okay.
So let's see how we go with this 15 minutes, eh?
So let me introduce you to everybody. But first of all, I'd like to say welcome to being here in the Positive Passion Women in Business Hello You interview series. And it's super cool to have you as part of our huddle. So I thank you, first of all, for being part of that, which is awesome. And so I set up the Hello You interview series so that our members can get to know our members better, or so that everybody can get to know our members better and know a bit more about you and what you do and what makes you tick. So firstly, I'd like to let everybody else know, though, that, or maybe that's not firstly, maybe that's thirdly, that Jenni has a business. She's based in Brisbane, and the business is Elephant in the Room Consulting. And in the caption of this, you'll see the links in the tag. So there's a link through to her website, and I've tagged her business in there. So you can go and find her on Facebook, follow along, and you might even like to befriend Jenni if you love hearing about Jenni and learn more about Jenni. That's very nice. Okay, so duck straight in, Jenni. So hi and welcome. And are you ready for question number one?
I am. Let's go.
So tell me something about yourself that others may be surprised to learn about you.
Ooh, two things. Can I tell you two things quickly? One, I used to be in the Air Force. I was an officer in the Air Force as a security police officer, which is pretty exciting. And I got to fly with the Queen in 2000 on a royal visit. So that's kind of awesome. And I'm a third Dan black belt in karate.
Both of those things make me go, oh, I have more questions. Oh, it's brilliant. I love it. You're going to need to do some more interview things, I think, Jenni. We need to know more about that. That's exciting. We can run along. Number two, if there was something in your past that you were able to go back and do differently, what would that be?
Oh my gosh, great question. What would I do differently in my past? I wouldn't have got a perm when I was 16. Definitely not perm. I think I did that for like 4 years. I have a photo in year 11 where I have a perm where they cut it after they did the perm. No, before they did the perm, and I looked like a sheep. It was not good. That's what I would do differently.
I feel like we need to see a photo.
Oh no, I'll see what I can do, but no.
That's great. And what about when you were getting the perm, the smell? I found that just terrible.
Oh, no, I just didn't. They didn't bother me at all. I just did them for so long because I have really straight hair, and so it helped me get my hair curly. Now it's a little bit wavy now, but yeah, no, I had dead straight hair, so it never used to really bother me. Yeah.
Wow.
I think the ozone layer is probably dying due to my perms when I was a kid, though.
Okay, Jenni. So, what is it that you love most about what you do?
Oh gosh, my favorite question. I absolutely love helping businesses basically find their joy and passion. So I'm clearly in a job that I love, doing what I love, and I started my company for that reason. And now I get to actually help other businesses find that joy and passion, which is often missing in their business, recapture that if they need to, and then find really simple ways to build strategies and structures and processes to allow them to do that every day for as long as they want.
Well, that is a very good time for me to tell everybody about what you're doing on, is it Wednesday mornings?
Tuesday mornings, yes.
Morning. So tomorrow morning at 10
No,
a.m.
next one is 30th. We're doing the next one on the 30th of June.
Okay, and so it's a webinar where you can learn things from Jenni. And what was the one I went to? That was an evening meetup one, but on Zoom. And tell us about the next one.
So the next one is actually a really important one. It's the 30th of June, end of the financial year, and we're actually talking, we've got an expert coming in. We're going to talk about how you should set your business up in terms of your business structure. So many people start as an accidental business owner and they're just sole traders or they're hobbyists. And we're going to talk about what is the best structure for your business based on the services you want and your goals you want to reach. So company, trust, sole trader, what does it look like and how you can do that really easily and simply, and some simple strategies to help you decide.
Brilliant, Jenni. I honestly get asked that question all the time and I'm like, I don't know.
Exactly right. So I have a business specialist who's going to help us with those answers to make sure we get the right and help people in the right way.
Awesome. And the one that I was at of yours last week was all about putting your course online. And I was like, even though I've got courses online, I'm restructuring them at the moment. And so many things to think about. It was magic. So
that is awesome. I'm so pleased to hear that. Thank you.
I love your sessions. Okay, so let's go on to question number 4, which is, what do you love least about what you do?
I used to be really had all the things in my head. And now as I've kind of come into a creative space in my business where I get to see people's businesses, I don't love structure anymore. I need it because it's important for the business, but I don't like that project management and that time management piece as much as I used to. And I'm less of a process bunny than I used to. I love creative. So I don't like it when I only have 15 minutes to have a conversation and I want 5 hours. So that's that structure piece, which we all need in our businesses, and it's really important, but it's my least favorite thing.
Oh, I'm with you on that for sure.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Okay, Jenni, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Oh gosh.
That doesn't mean this interview, this beautiful business.
What would I be doing? If I hadn't gone down the path I'd either still be in the Air Force, which I can't even fathom. If I'd taken a different path, I may be teaching martial arts and running martial art clubs, which would have made me very happy in a completely different way. Or I'd probably be working for someone else and being really unhappy, to be honest. I'd be plodding along, doing amazing things for other people, but not for myself. So this is it. This is it for me.
Yes. Good to know when you're doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so what's been your biggest success in your working life, and what are you most proud of?
Oh my gosh, that's such a great question. I've been blessed with an incredible work history, and I've had such a diverse history in life. And so in terms of the biggest success I'm most proud of, I think is actually starting this company. And I know that sounds silly and it's not just about the business, but making the decision to start the company and jump off a cliff with no parachute, not knowing what to do, and just finding out how to do it. That kind of innovation and evolution that I needed to do, and being able to do that in 3 years on, still have the company, and we're still here, which was great for a small business owner, that we're still in our 3rd year and growing continuously. So I think that's what I'm most proud of, is being confident and wanting to trust myself to take that leap of faith and then back myself to do it with that 100%.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
So who are your dream clients, and what type of jobs do you like doing the most?
I map everything out on an A3 notepad. So I love actually getting into people's brains. I say to people that I see their business. So when they're talking to me about their business, my brain creates the story of their business from the start right to where their goal is. So being able to share that back to them and show them what their journey is going to look like and help them find that is actually what just lights me up when I do it. It's giving people the aha moment, because I'm actually on the journey with them and they can see that I see their vision, and that just giving them space and confidence and also being able to reflect that back to them is actually the best part of my job. And if I did that every day, all day, I would be more than happy.
Awesome. Awesome.
I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how my brain says it.
Yes, it does. So what challenges do you see impacting your industry?
Oh, I'm a business coach. So their business coaches are everywhere. And I must say, particularly in the last 3 months with COVID and everyone working from home, the rise in business coaches or business specialists has been incredible. So I think the challenge for me as a business advisor, a business coach, or a mentor is making sure I continually give value to people, but also set myself apart. For me, it's very much about making sure people know that I'm doing this not just for me, it's entirely about them. So I lose myself in their business. And that's really important to me. So the biggest challenge is making sure that I keep doing that while there's this pressure to try and conform to somebody else's model. So I think that's mine, is keeping my vision strong and making sure that it's always about my client and not about me.
Yes, great answer. So what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a martial arts instructor. I had a plan to open martial arts dojos and run gyms for my instructor then. This was in 97 or so. and that's what I got. My goal was I went to university, but I was teaching karate sort of 30 hours a week. And that's what I saw. If I couldn't get a job from the degree, I was going to go and run martial arts clubs and be in the martial arts industry most of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's a bit crazy. Now the polar opposite now.
Now, if you're an animal, what would you like to be?
Oh, I'm very much, I have two animals and they're kind of weird. Mine is an elephant though. Obviously I'm an elephant in the room. So for me, definitely an elephant. I love that they have really long memories and long history, and they connect very much to family and community, and that there's that kind of wisdom and trust that you get when you see an elephant, and there's some groundedness about an elephant, and that's what I hope people see and feel when they're with me.
Oh, I love that. Yes, that's what I feel when I'm with you, definitely.
Oh, yay.
So, Jenni, if you're a movie character, which one would you be and why?
Oh, God, that's a question. I was a movie character. Well, I have to say Hong Kong. Oh, it's not movie. Can I say TV series? Is that okay? Hong Kong Phooey, 100%. Hong Kong Phooey is this crazy guy who's from the 1970s. There was only 31 episodes made. I loved it as a kid. And he was a kung fu fighting dog. And he was a bit of a kind of nutcase. And he had this little cat who used to ground him and actually solve all the problems. So I have an amazing person in my life who keeps me grounded like that. And he went off and did crazy things. And while this little cat followed him around and kept him grounded to make sure he was on track all the time. So I feel a very kindred spirit to Hong Kong Phooey.
Does this sound familiar? Hong Kong Phooey, #1 crime fighter.
That's it. No, everyone's going to be thinking about it all day, but it's like the boss of cartoon characters, only 31 episodes, but like amazing from the 70s.
My brother and I loved that show.
Oh, it was my favorite.
That's great. I haven't even thought of that show in a lot of years, so thanks.
No. I'm not going to forget the song now forever. I'm going to have to post it on this after this group so everyone else can enjoy it.
Yeah. All right, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Oh, well, we do live in one of the best countries in the world, if not the best country in the world. But from where I've been lucky to travel, I think the places that I've absolutely loved the most, apart from, our own country being Australia, it would be somewhere like Italy or Barcelona. I absolutely love Spain. And I think there's a really richness and just the space. And what I love about it is the land and sea mix, which is the same thing I love about Australia, having the mountains and the sea and being connected with both. So I'd say anywhere that has that connection of being land and sea is what I would love. But yeah, probably Barcelona if I had a choice.
Gorgeous. Lovely. So Jenni, what does being a positive and passionate woman in business mean to you?
The first word that came to mind there is sharing and then connecting. For me, it's about showing people that even the most difficult thing you could do, which is starting a business, can be easy when you've got really great support. So being part of this group and being a passionate woman is to me about showing who you are, showing up in a really authentic way and being okay in your own skin, which we're not always like that. I had a photo shoot last week and it was terrifying, but being okay with that and being okay to say, you know what, that was scary, but you know what, I did it. And so having that connection and support is to me what being a positive, passionate woman's about.
Cool. Awesome answer. Number 14, so I've only got one more after
wow.
that. What are you most proud of in your life rather than in your business sense, in your person?
I actually have to say, and I'm actually tearing up thinking about this, which I never thought I would, is actually having my amazing stepdaughter in my life, to be honest. Having not ever wanting children before I met my current partner, and now having Zali, and also obviously her brothers and sisters. But Zali, she's an 11-year-old girl, and having her in my life and showing me a different way to be, because I have to be with her, has been incredible. And I get that opportunity to share my journey with her and also share hers as she grows up. And that's a pretty amazing thing to be part of. So I think having her as a stepdaughter is one of the things I'm most proud of.
That made me a little teary too. Sorry. That was beautiful.
I'm a big sap, sorry.
It's a delight too.
She's amazing.
Pleasure to get to know her for me also. Okay, so your final question of the evening is, what's one tip that you can share of how you stay positive when times are challenging?
I have two words that I really try to live by, and one is gratitude and the other one is compassion. Gratitude, I think, is really important because we can be grateful for just being who we are every day, whether you know, on days even that you don't like yourself or like others, there's always things you can be grateful for, whether it's the weather, whether the fact that we have iPhone, the fact that I can Zoom, you know, 300 kilometers away and talk to people. There's always something to be grateful for. And for me, compassion. I think compassion is the most underused thing that we have in society, and being okay to be compassionate about other people. You don't have to agree with them. You don't even have to like them, but to have compassion for other people and their situation and context, I think gives us space in our heart and our lives to just to grow and be so much more powerful. And so they're the two things for me, is being grateful and compassionate.
There you go, Jenni. Boom. That's why I love you. That was beautifully, beautifully said. And yeah, that was magic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
15 minutes with me and answering those.
That's incredible.
It was awesome to get to know you a little bit more, and I'm glad that everybody else has had the opportunity. So
thank you so much.
Thank you. So in the caption, all the ways that you can get in touch with Jenni. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what goes on your page with Kung
I will definitely put it in. I'll tag the group, and you got to see. You got to just watch one clip. You'll be hooked. Only 31 episodes. It's like not even a normal series these days.
Where can we watch? Is it only on YouTube these days, or is it
on? I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine YouTube.
Prime.
I'm going to have to investigate.
Yeah, I'll find out. I'm sure I've seen a picture somewhere. Maybe he had a comic book or something, but there was definitely my brother used to have
exactly what it is. Yeah, definitely.
As the profile picture on his Facebook or something.
Maybe. That's a good idea, yeah.
That'll be your next one.
It shows you 31 episodes and people still talk about him, or they're going to start talking about him again. So, you know, it's never too late. There's the tip. It's never too late.
And he's bringing back Hong Kong Phooey. I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you in your online space very, very soon.
Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing everyone at the next event.
Yay, me too. Thanks so much, Jenni. See you later. Have a good night.
Bye. You too. Bye-bye.